All right, folks. So Tim Pool has a message, and he's gonna tell us really how it is. He's gonna tell us everything that we've kind of been experiencing over the last couple of years. I feel like this. I don't know if y'all feel like this, but I personally feel like we're all in a simulation right now. Like the world isn't real. Nothing makes sense anymore. And Tim Pool is going to tell us exactly why we're all thinking these things and how to save ourselves from fascism. Let's watch.
At boot of the authoritarian fascist government. And it will
Oh my
get
God,
worse.
I just saw this. Look at this. What is this? What is going on here? What the hell is this?
And it will happen to you because you keep complying. And you keep saying, but my kids need food! And now inflation is here, and there's food shortages, and your kids aren't eating. And the schools are indoctrinating your kids.
Folks, Tim Pool is making fun of people that have families. But I would like to share this piece of audio with you.
I'm about to be 34 and I have no family. Because my dad had 2 kids by the time he was 27.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, you know what the problem is, though? It's definitely not me. Mm-hmm. I think it's everybody else.
So, Tim Pool does not have a family. And so he doesn't obviously understand why feeding your kids would be so important.
Now we see a turnaround with Youngkin because the parents are standing up. But too many people keep saying, as long as I keep filleting the state and dropping on my knees for the far left extremists, I will squeak by, and you will not. The police will come to your home. They will kick your door in, and they will arrest you because the good cops have already started quitting. And like,
so for what though? Like, that's my question. Like, so they're gonna bust down your door and arrest you for what? What are they? Who's being arrested and why?
we saw in Seattle, the police arrested the man who was retreating from Antifa as Antifa approached him with clubs in hand. And they apologized to Antifa over it. Like we saw in the Chaz, when several men unloaded hundreds of rounds into an SUV, and then the extremists stripped the evidence from the vehicle, and none of those people are brought to justice. And now we are at the point where Project...
So let me get this straight, okay? So, cops are far-left extremists because they're bad at solving crime? Is that my understanding? Is that correct? So because they're bad at solving crime, that makes them far-left extremists. So, let's say that your house is burgled and you call the police. And they say, we'll let you know if we find anything. 7 months go by. They never let you know. That makes them far-left extremists. All right?
Veritas is having their private, privileged, legal communications leaked to the New York Times, who with a smile on their face violate all norms, all respect, and lack all scruples.
So Project Veritas got hacked and leaked. And that proves that the far left has taken over the government?
And you think sitting back and complying will result in you getting by. You are wrong. I'm sick of this.
Preach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what do you do when...
I love that. I'm sick of this! And then he does, like, the fucking Ancient Aliens guy, like, hand gesture.
Are wrong. I'm sick of this.
Preach. Yeah, what do you do when the FBI is violating the Constitution? Because you can't call anyone at that point. There's no more authority to appeal to.
I
You have to
love
create
that,
your own.
like, in these guys' worlds, right? And that's the freeze frame I'm going to use for the rest of the video. In these guys' worlds, in the fantasy land, the world of Tim Pool, where you've got, like, a fucking samurai sword, like, within, you know, striking distance, the FBI not is a corrupt rogue organization. The government is not a corrupt rogue organization, and they haven't been for, I don't know, the entirety of their existence. No. It's actually very recently They just started, being controlled by George Soros or something. It's not like the FBI and the CIA, were, I don't know, for the last 70, 80 years, involving themselves in international warfare, trying to topple duly elected leaders of multiple countries, try to stop American left-wing insurgencies. It's not like the FBI and the CIA worked with the New York Police Department to assassinate Malcolm X or anything. It's not like they did that with Martin Luther King Jr. No. It has nothing to do with the fact that the FBI and the CIA and other government forces have been trying to pry into left-wing forces, like sending Black Panthers organizers to jail for 60 years. No. That's never happened, actually. The FBI and the CIA have always been the good guys. They've always been the good guys. And it's just recently, and I have no idea what they've done that made Tim Pool think that they're left-wing extremists now, but it's recently they did something, ? Maybe it's like they didn't do something. Maybe they should be killing more anti-fascists or something. I don't know. They killed Michael Ryanel pretty well, right? They did a good job on that. But it's like, okay, so they didn't do something or they did do something. And at some point, we're not sure where that is, they went from a far-right organization and terrorist group that assassinates left-wing people all across the world to left-wing tyranny and fascist. But Tim Pool is very upset. And he's trying a new angle, and so I appreciate that. It's some new content for me to enjoy. But yep, there you go.